What's up, people? How you doing today? All right, this sun has been crazy stupid hot today. We have some thunderstorms on the way in a couple hours, but we're gonna go in my woods. We're gonna go in the woods because I'm not gonna be standing in that hot ass sun. Anyway, how you guys doing, man? Thanks for watching the vlog. Thanks for checking out all the videos. As I said, it's been really cool seeing all the new people getting in here, finding me, finding the band. I want to take the opportunity here because some of you guys are asking some questions. I've been asking you to throw me some questions about like what you want to know about touring and the music industry, you know, whatever, recording, all that stuff. How to make money in this crazy path. And I appreciate it, man. So you guys, I'm gonna try to get to these, with some videos. And as usual, I don't script anything. I tried scripting a little bit early last year. I think I did like 2 videos with a script, and I just don't have the patience for it. I'd rather just like go off the dome, and you know, sometimes I leave things out. Sometimes I might overspeak on some things, but if I do that, I try to cut that kind of stuff out in post. But you know, but if I do miss anything, you know, it just leaves it open for another video at some point. So anyway, yeah, straight off the dome like usual. Sierra is Chaos wanted to know, thanks for your question, by the way. She wants to know about touring, how we come up with where we're gonna go, what cities we're gonna play. She wants to know, like, kind of paraphrasing, but do we do it based off of like requests, like, hey, come to my town, okay, we'll come to your town? Do we do it off of just like popularity of the songs, you know, or we just look at the numbers and we see, you know, where the band is like getting listened to or getting engagement from the most? The answer is all those things, really. And it's opposite for like, you know, okay, this town is in the middle of nowhere. It doesn't look like there's any sort of fan base of not just us, but the other bands in our genre, you know, so I don't think we're gonna bother. Plus it's way out of the way, you know, just things like that. And we'll get to something too about people being mad when we drop a tour announcement and their city's not on the poster. We'll get to that, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But yeah, really, we kind of figure out, like, we've been doing this so long. We've been touring for over 19 years now, and we have this sort of idea of like the best times to cruise through a town for our band. You know, it's different for every band, I guess. But for us, like, for instance, I love going to the West Coast in like February. We just always seem to have really good shows on the West Coast at that point. I mean, we've had great shows, you know, throughout the year, but I think it also, because we tend to stick to that plan every year, and we end up just making it like an annual thing. And I think people like sort of have come to expect, oh, it's Ballyhoo Day, you know, Ballyhoo season, like they're coming around, you know, so kind of building that sort of that rep or whatever, I guess, with people, with the fan base, and so that's definitely helped. But yeah, going out west in February is awesome. We try to stay south because, you know, on the way out and even on the way back, if we can, because it's usually colder in the northern parts of the country. So we try to stay in like the warmer climates, but you know, once you get to the mountains, it's kind of like anything goes. It can be super cold anyway. And then like, you know, Florida is just great to go to pretty much any time of the year. I mean, hurricane season is essentially like all year round at this point. But yeah, we love going to Florida in like the summertime, even though it's like sticky and hot and gross. And then we just try to get places like as much as possible. I think a lot of people don't understand is like, the country is very big. And like once you get out on the road, it's, you know, we've done this so many times where we've started a tour in California and ended the tour in California. So what does that mean? That means we deadhead from Maryland. Deadhead is a technical term in this industry that just means you just go. You don't stop. There's no hotels. You're not braking. You're just going. You're literally rotating drivers and stopping for gas and food, and you just go until you get there. That's a deadhead. So you deadhead from Maryland, all the way to California, takes 50 hours, like 50 hours on the nose, guys, all right? Unless you just run into some ridiculous, stupid traffic along the way. But so we deadhead 50 hours from Maryland to California, start this tour in California, and then we go up or down or whatever, and then come back out, back around, back to Maryland. We're home for like a night, and then we go down south and then back, and we go all the way back to California, right? And at the end of the tour, after 4, 5, 6 weeks of that, you know, you're super tired, you're over it, you're ready, you got to deadhead 50 hours back home from California. Now, you can opt to do a couple shows on the way home, maybe make some money, offset some costs, you know, which is a good idea, but you've been on the road for 5 to 6 weeks, you don't want to do that. You just want to get home, you know, rip the Band-Aid off, get home. So the last, you know, 2.5 days, just brutal. And I'll say that after about 10 hours in the van, you got 40 hours left. It's just like, ugh, right? So we did that tour, by the way. We did that route, I think 3 tours in a row in about 6 months in like 2016, 2017. Not fun. Tours, the shows were great, but not fun, the logistics of it. And then we'll get people saying like, hey, come to my town, come wherever, you know, insert your town here. And we go by that as well. Like we'll you know, see the engagement. We get a lot of like, come to Brazil, come to Japan, come to the UK, you know. Get a lot of that, and we're finally going to Japan in October, which is sick. Now we're talking about we're talking about Europe in next summer 2026. So that'll be sick. I'll ask the person like, hey, what's the good venue there? You know, what's a good 300 to 500 cap venue? I'll get the information if they give it to me, and I'll send it over to our agent, and maybe we'll make it happen, you know. Sometimes it doesn't work out. So like, okay, what I was saying earlier about, we'll announce a tour, right? And without a doubt, 100% of the time, there's always one, if not fucking 12 of you that are like, ugh, can't come to Chicago, huh? I guess Chicago's out. I guess Milwaukee's not getting any love, you know? And it's all you can do is just laugh. You know, it's just like, I know, it sucks. I wish we could get there. It has nothing to do with you or your city. It's nothing personal. It's just like it didn't work out. Like, you know, you think about like let's say we do a national tour, right? We try to get there and back in 4 weeks, okay? All the way across and back, right? So you can't hang out too much in one general region. You have to really make your way across. Once you get to the other side, you know, I think in February, I swear we were like in California for like 11 days. We did like 6 shows in California, I think, back in February. And then we shot up to Oregon and Washington, and then made our way out to like Boise. And it's just a lot of ground to cover, you know? And we do our best to, that's another reason we have like the solidified sort of spots that or regions we'll go to throughout the year. So we can do that. And then like, there's still so many cities left over that haven't gotten to see the shows. So we, you know, I'll be like, oh yeah, don't forget Pittsburgh. You know, don't forget, we got to go back to Chicago. We got to go back to, you know, we got to go back to Dallas or Houston or whatever, you know, Corpus Christi. When we go to the West Coast, make sure we go back to Tacoma. You know, just these spots where we've had really great shows, but we don't get to as often as we'd like. All those things play into it, and we really do try to get to as many spots as we can in the year. That said, there are some places that we'll try to do once a year. So like, for example, like with Ballyhoo Theater in Leesburg, Virginia, we've just become accustomed to, and I think our fans are accustomed to, us playing there every February, so like middle of February. And that show goes off every time. We started there about 4 years ago, and I think 120 people showed up. It's a 600 cap room, guys. 120 people in a 600 cap room, not a good look, okay? We were like, let's just go back, we'll keep doing it. We went back the next year, brought like 200 and something. Okay, we're getting better. Last year we sold it out before doors, okay? So we're like, hell yeah, this is working. Now this past February, we were like 40 or 50 tickets away from a sellout. It's not going to be 100% all the time. You know what I mean? You're not always going to have the sellout. I mean, it's 600 cap room. You're talking to almost 600 people in this room. I'll take it, man. That's a success to me. You know, you're not always going to sell it out. You might be 50, 100 tickets short, but just look, you got 400 or 500 people in this room to see your band, you know? So we'll do that. I try to make the Cali run, honestly, once a year. I try to do that. Like I said, we'll do the West Coast thing every February. Next year is going to be a little bit different. We're working on some other things. The tour is getting pushed out a little further, so looking more like April, May for the West Coast. That tour is going to slam. Wait till you see what it is. Stay tuned. Yeah, we just try to like listen to the people. Like when you guys say those things, please come to my town, or if I see those disappointed, sad face emojis and stuff, and people pissed off that we didn't make it, I keep that in mind. Like, okay, we got to make sure we get there next time, or at some point this year. You know, my slide just popped off. All right, we love you guys, and we are just like incredibly grateful for anybody that wants to come out to our shows. It just means a lot to us, and for all the love we get, man. You know, there's a lot of bands that would kill to be doing what we're doing, and I'm aware of that. You know, and you know, you guys, anybody that's been following the channel for the last few years has really seen my mood change, going from happy and stoked to really fucking sad because of the lawsuit, and because, you know, just depression in general, and me feeling like it's not working and people aren't coming, you know, and then just this last year we've had a really good bump, a really good boost in momentum. Just trying to keep it going, man. These vlogs have been popping the last 2 weeks. This camera right here, dude, it's the DJI Osmo Action 5 Pro. If you're trying to vlog and do anything like this, especially if you're in a band or whatever, you want to do the tour vlogs, you want some like a small setup, get this camera, dude. Like, I got this little mic right here, the mic mini, this camera, and then a selfie stick. And this thing has like changed the game for me as far as my vlogs. It used to be all about the big Sony camera with the big fat lens, and then, you know, the selfie stick and the big microphone. It's just like, it's too much. It's heavy. It's just too much to put all together. And this thing, I don't even need to throw the mic on. The internal mic on this is really good for what it is. I just let it go. You can literally press the record button and it turns on and starts recording, and then you hit it and it turns itself off to save battery. Thing's incredible, man. So that's how I've been able to crank out these vlogs so fast. And I've just gotten really good at Final Cut Pro, and I don't really do anything crazy in the edit, you know, so I'm not trying to make anything like wild and cinematic. Doing the tour vlogging, man, has really, really made this channel like pop. So thank you guys. Check this out. I've never been out here. I've never ever been out here. This is pretty cool. This is literally the first time I've ever been over here. Look at this little creek bed. Some fallen trees. Very nice. Hopefully I don't have any ticks when I get back to the house. My daughter found a tick on her a few weeks ago. I don't know, just from being outside. I don't think she was in the woods, but she was just outside. So that's how we put together tours. And, you know, we have another tour announcing soon for our fall tour. Tickets for the summer tour are on sale right now. We're going out with our friends Sideways and Beachfly. That tour is going to rage, hitting some really cool cities on that. So make sure you go to ballyhoorocks.com and check out all the info for that. VIP packages on sale, of course. And then, yeah, fall tour is happening. We're doing Reggae Rise Up Vegas. So we're going out there basically around that. So we're going to start the tour at Ocean's Calling in Ocean City on September 26th. We have Green Day and Lenny Kravitz. It's going to be crazy. And then take off and head out towards Vegas, doing a bunch of shows. So yeah, man, hit me with any questions you guys got. I love talking about this stuff. I could literally talk about all this stuff for hours, days. I've just had so much experience with it. Ups and downs, good and bad, terrific and horrific, all at the same time. Man, I should walk around here more. I've never done this. Ugh. Okay, now, this is pretty cool. Hit me in the comments, hit that community tab, let's chat it up. I also have a Discord if you guys want to cruise over to the Discord, just Howi Spangler. I think there's a Discord invite link in the description. Got like 300 people over there chatting. It's a pretty cool spot too if you guys just want to meet some other like-minded people like yourselves. Yeah, hit me up, dude. All right, catch you tomorrow.